Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I am the host of the show. And I want to thank my producer, Nathan Gobes, for this new studio background that I have, Radio Entrepreneurs, with our association with over 12 years with the Family Business Association of Massachusetts, and also my consulting firm on the bottom corner, MAGE LLC, since 1985, working with over 700 organizations to improve productivity in both private and family businesses and nonprofits. So our next guest represents a topic that I am very interested in, and that is the topic of stormwater flood management. You can't turn on the news any week and not see stories on it. Welcome to Jeff Littlejohn, President, National Stormwater Trust. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Great. Well, we appreciate having you. I'm sure you're very busy right now. Jeff, could you start by telling us a little bit about the National Stormwater Trust?
Well, sure. Well, first of all, we're a stormwater-focused company, and we're out to transform the way people think about stormwater. And really, the first step is to get people to think about it at all. You know, as you mentioned, there's a lot of coverage about climate change, but too often people don't think about things until there's a problem. For example, you don't think about flushing a toilet or where it goes unless the toilet might back up. So if your neighborhood floods, or if the river or nearby lake is plagued with algae or pollution problems, and people start looking for solutions and calling for solutions. And the thing about rain is when it's a nice gentle rainfall, there are never any real issues anywhere in the world. But when you get those big deluges, problems can really manifest. And the systems that we've designed that convey this stormwater to the nearest river or stream or a pond to capture and treat that stormwater, those systems are really just designed to handle a certain amount of rainfall, and above that they get overwhelmed, and that's when problems can really manifest. So these are both challenges and opportunities, and we've built a business to focus on both.
How did you get into this field?
Well, that's a long story. I started out in the Navy, and I'm an engineer by training and education, but I started out in the Navy and did that for a while. And then when I got out, I joined a small engineering firm. And one thing I learned about engineering firms is that you're always looking to solve a problem, right? Your client brings an issue to you, and you've got to work on a solution. And I gravitated towards the environmental solutions business, and I really enjoyed that part of what I did. And then I had an opportunity to serve the state of Florida in a position with our Department of Environmental Protection. And I learned all about the water quality challenges that Florida faces. And it's not unique to Florida. There are water quality challenges all over the country. And I really started looking for an opportunity to change the way we do business in the stormwater space.
Well, you say it's a problem with the whole country, and I would probably agree with that. I'm up here in Massachusetts, and I see Cape Cod and the problems with Boston potentially, but I also have residents in Florida right on the beach, in Highland Beach. And when I look out on the beach, it's not always so reassuring. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's not reassuring. There isn't a lot of protection if the waters rise, let's say 10 feet. It could be pretty dangerous. And, what seems to be the obstacles for you in the future moving forward? Because I know public awareness is one thing, but then also the commitment for communities to really do something about this must be a challenge for you.
Well, sure. But I think what you're describing is a challenge that exists because of the way society and people and businesses are used to handling and thinking about stormwater. And we really want to get people to reshape that their thinking about stormwater. Stormwater, after all, is can be a resource. I mean, this is clean water that falls from the sky, and if you can capture it and manage it and put it to good uses, it can be thought of as a resource. And that's one of the things we're trying to do is help our partners take what has been thought of as a liability and turn it into a potential revenue stream. Help communities that have flooding issues solve those flooding issues, but also at the same time help businesses that are looking for solutions to their regulatory challenges and help them meet those solutions at a lower, more cost-effective way. So we're looking, again, if you take the model that's out there, there are aspects of it that can be altered or tweaked or thought of in a different way and create new opportunities. That's where we are, and so we're really excited about when it rains and everybody else is dreading it. We're excited about those events. Those are opportunities to shine.
You know, I liked what you said, Jeff, when you said turning stormwater and flooding from a liability into dollars. And I guess that is not a model that we hear about because, you know, our preparedness. Now, I know that you have I've been told, a webinar coming up with Opti, which is a stormwater and flood management company. Can you talk to us a little bit about that webinar?
Of course. So we're going to be sitting down with Opti RTC, our technology partner, on October 27th. We're going to be describing what we're doing in Florida, and we're really excited about the partnership we have with Opti.
And again, you're familiar with what the discussion about what you're doing with Opti, what's going to come up? What are you doing with Opti? I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Well, yes, sir. I was hoping you would ask. So what we're really excited about in Florida is we've launched our stormwater marketplace in Florida. And this is really a vision that we've been working on with Opti for a couple of years now. So our approach to the business of stormwater is really threefold. And these are all new ways of looking at the management of stormwater. So first, number one is we want to acquire, and we're in the business of acquiring, large quantities of stormwater infrastructure. We're looking at stormwater not from the aspect of a single individual pond or a canal or a reservoir, but we want to bundle up hundreds or thousands of stormwater ponds at a regional scale. And at this regional scale, we can apply what we call a watershed approach to the management of stormwater. So when it rains, the water that runs off your property does not care, and it doesn't notice when it crosses a property boundary. And likewise, at a jurisdictional level, where a lot of water management takes place at the government level, it doesn't matter when the water crosses a city limit or a county boundary. That doesn't make a bit of difference. So water management, stormwater management in particular, is something that really ought to be done at a regional, larger than government size. And we're in that business. So we've acquired, through a public-private partnership with the Florida Department of Transportation, access to literally thousands of DOT ponds. And through that acquisition of that opportunity to partner with DOT, we now have access to a number of ponds where we can really change the way the stormwater is handled at a regional basis. Now that's step one. Step two is we want to change the way that stormwater is managed. For decades, for centuries really, you handle stormwater by conveying it out of the places that you don't want to flood, and you store it in ponds, or you somehow hold it and treat it before it's discharged into natural water bodies where it can do harm. Well, those approaches to stormwater management are really being revolutionized right now by technology. And Opti is really a thought leader in the area of stormwater management using smart infrastructure. And we're really excited about that. And we want to, with our partnership with Opti, really unlock the opportunity to apply that type of smart technology over a landscape scale and really see, radical differences in positive environmental outcomes and positive outcomes when it comes to flood risk mitigation.
Well, that's pretty exciting. Based upon, what our calendar looks like right now, does politics affect your ability to be effective? And
no, sir, not at all. That's a great question. And I know this is the time of year everybody's thinking about politics, and we're all overwhelmed by the political messaging. But we like to say we're in the trenches of government. We're dealing with practitioners in the regulatory space or in the stormwater management space, and we just do everything we do, no matter who's in charge. It's still going to rain, and we still have to do something with the water.
Right. And so you're saying you basically, on a national and on a statewide level and a local level, it really doesn't make a difference to you. You just do your job.
No, sir. And I think, and that brings me to the third point I want to make about our company, is that we're introducing some unconventional financing and financial models to the space. So typically, stormwater infrastructure is paid for with public debt. These are government projects. They're massive amounts of money in some cases. City of Houston is replumbing to the tune of billions of dollars, and it needs to be done. And I'm not saying that there isn't a role for government in this space, but there's an opportunity to introduce private capital instead of public debt to this market. There's an opportunity through public-private partnerships like we have with DOT to access large number of public ponds. And we actually revenue share with our public partners. So, governments are used to spending money on stormwater. We're actually in a position in some cases to be able to send some money back to the government for the use of their stormwater ponds. And that's really exciting. It's opening up some eyes, this idea that we can revenue share with existing public infrastructure and return some income to the taxpayer. That's pretty cool.
Wow, so exciting. I would like to ask you to come back on the show through the year and tell us about these things. I know it's such an important topic for so many of us. If someone's looking for you at the National Stormwater Trust, how would they find you?
Well, we're at nationalstormwater.com. That's the best way to find us and learn more. You can contact us through that website. We have an interactive map where you can find out where we're offering stormwater services. So everything that you need to know is there.
Great. Again, everybody, we've been speaking with Jeff Littlejohn, president of the National Stormwater Trust. Jeff, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
No, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Right. Remind everybody, this is Radio Entrepreneurs, and more stories to follow.